Fingers crossed. Okay, so just waiting for my computer to catch up. We're ready to go. Okay, so welcome to our team training. This is Dan Sadler here, your new Pro 3 from Southeast London. So just to start with, we're going to do a bit of housekeeping and just talk about some of the things that have come up and some of the things that are hot on our agenda right now, and some of the things that we can talk about and share with our customers. So firstly, the exciting news is that New Zealand opened. We finally opened the New Zealand. It originally opened off the back of Australia as a customer program, so you could literally only buy a small amount of product, and it proved to be a real big success. They did their first launch meeting last week and they had 500 people in the room. What an amazing achievement. And now they're fully open. So if you know anyone in New Zealand, anybody that you feel needs the benefits of these amazing products or this wonderful opportunity, then you now have the opportunity to get that through to them. So you can pull people on board that you know that are over in New Zealand. I've been going through my friends list. Interestingly, a few people that I really was good friends with, they're not on Facebook anymore, that I know over in New Zealand, but I'm going to keep looking and see who else I know. It's a good way to have in conversation. If somebody asks you and you're face to face, you can say, they can ask you what's happening, how's your business going? You can say, oh, well, great, we opened New Zealand there the other day. Wonder if you know anyone there that could potentially want to build a life-changing legacy with LifeVantage. And that's a great conversation opener. So I mentioned last week about upgrades in November. For UK and US, for Platinum Pack upgrades, I'll be offering £100 or the equivalent in dollars cashback in the month of November. That's a personal incentive. That's from me. So if you do feel the need to upgrade and get your global convention ticket, which is the third point of the agenda here, Las Vegas 2020 in October. Me and John are going. I've already heard rumbles that Linda's going to be there and Julie's going to be there, and Annette said she might be going too. So it would be fantastic if we could get the whole team to global convention. Now, a couple of things is in the UK and the EU right now, we have a strong focus on the hair care. It's a brand new product. It's a great way for us to get some amazing testimonials in our customer base. The hair care for me is something that I built a personal story on. So the best way to get a story on these products is to get them on your body. Over in America and Canada, right now the focus is on NAD. Our order for NAD, thank you, Linda, is on its way, and that means that we can continue to activate that wonderful pathway. Honestly, the NAD makes me feel fantastic, and we're all building an amazing story with it. So let's see if we can keep that momentum going. And once we have some people in our customer bases that have been on the NAD, I already know maybe 3 or 4 that have come back to me that have tried the product and said how fantastic it is. So all round is great, 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 great. People can't get enough of it. So NAD is our focus. Now, if you're in the UK and you're talking to people in America or Canada, you can have the conversation about NAD. I still would recommend people starting with NRF2. If they really want to try the NAD, have them add in the NAD or have them purchase the Tri-Synergizer instead. So excuse me. Right, so that's enough about the news. I'm going to click on to the next slide. For me, I went to Global Convention, not Global Convention, in fact, it was Kansas Elite Academy. It wasn't as big as Global Convention is going to be, but there were still 5,000 biohackers in the room. Some of the things that you get to experience when you go to one of these events that is the feeling of unity, the feeling of being a part of something that's much bigger than you or anything you could personally do. I mean, have a look at the top photo there. There are some absolute rock stars in there. Down the front, I think in the front row alone, you probably have about maybe 2 or 3 million a month in sales just in those front 5 people there. So this is a really great team of really great, inspiring people, very much a family. So if you can see the bottom photo there, a little bit of fun. There's Dan and me and my angels, Dan's angels, as they kept saying. And on the right, there's a little picture of Jean, Who have we got there? Michelle, Sandra, Julie, and Susan. So they're all of they're the lovely US team that I've had the pleasure of meeting myself. So you also get to see and catch the action in the room. Now, at the Kansas event was very exciting. Up the top right there, you've got a little picture of Erin Brockovich. On the left, you have Rachel Jackson, who was on the main stage, and she absolutely rocked out with that. If you haven't seen that video, it's on my YouTube channel. It's called Breakdown or Breakthrough. Highly recommend that. And on the bottom right there, we had a LifeVantage party. So although it was still recognition and celebration, there was drinks available, and they put on a really nice evening of entertainment for us. So that was awesome. Another thing is you get to hang out with millionaires. So there's me with Rachel Jackson and with Fred and Casey Graves. Now, if you want to be like these people and you want to build a business and you want to help as many people as these guys have, and you do want to have the lifestyle of a real high-flying network marketer, then you need to do what these people do. So I find hanging out with them is the best way to be more like them. I think one quick story about Casey Graves is I was stood at the bar just before we took this photo, and she asked me what rank I was, and I said, "Oh, I'm only Pro 2," and she said, "Oh, that's negative." "No negative," she said. She made me say 3 positive things about myself on the spot, and that was a real lesson. I mean, that's a lesson from someone that's been there and done it and bought the t-shirt. Okay, so we're going to move on to the training for tonight. I'd like to touch a little bit on social media. Social media is a really important tool for us. Everybody that's on the call now uses social media for various things. Some people use it to promote what we do. Some of us use it to promote about to talk about our families, and some of us use it to inspire and motivate people. So we're going to have a little look about how you can utilize this powerful tool to grow your LifeVantage business. On to the next slide. Okay, so this is probably the most simple and effective thing that you could learn to do on Facebook. Very often people come to me and say, how do I find this video? Where do I find this group? How do I find this post? How do I find anything on Facebook? Literally, if you're going to search anything, you just need to use this specific function. So on the mobile on the right, it's a little, you can see the little magnifying glass. It's next to the messenger icon at the top, and there's an arrow pointing to it. And over on the left over here, you can see the search function. It even says search. So if you're on a laptop, it makes it a bit easier for you. Now, as soon as you click on the search bar, you can search for anything. If you're searching for groups, you could search for My LifeVantage Story, or Healthy Forever Biohacking, or LifeVantage Corporate Page, or Team Heart EU, or Team Heart Standard Team Heart. That is your gateway to Facebook. You want to find a post that I did, you use that function and search my name. It's so powerful and so simple. Facebook is literally, I'd say, probably among the top 5 search engines in the world, because people are using that function all the time to navigate content. Okay, so excuse the Miss Piggy there. I'll explain all about that in a moment. What we should be doing on Facebook really is making posts, making stories, and doing live videos. Now, not everyone will want to do all those things, but I would ask you to take what you need from the training, and if there's things that don't resonate with you, then maybe you can just let that bit go. So, I mean, live videos aren't for everyone. That's why I said that. But I would recommend doing them. And just to prove that I know they're important, I did one this afternoon. So get on there and check it out. So what you need to do in order to gain an audience, to build an audience, to get like your first fans of what you post, would be to be consistent. A great example of this is Julie, who's on the call now. She says happy Monday, happy Tuesday, happy Wednesday, and sends out a really nice image every single day. And it's consistent, and people tune into it. Well, I do, and I have done for years, because it's consistent. I see it every day, and it resonates with me. So that's a great example of being consistent. Now, what we would do in terms of promoting our business is to kind of generate curiosity. I say here, no product name or company name on your profile. I basically mean, don't put works for LifeVantage. Don't put Protandim is the best on your bio underneath your photo. Don't post pictures of bottles of Protandim or pictures of anything that says the word Protandim in it. Our job on our posts and our walls to stop us from being a Spamela Anderson, that's who that is on the right hand side there. That is Spamela Anderson. To avoid being Spamela Anderson, we generally try to create curiosity over posting direct stuff. So I would, for example, I wouldn't say Protandim changed my life, but I would say NRF2 activation changed my life. And in fact, to make that even better, I'd probably say, who out of my friends has tried our NRF2 activator? What has it done for you? And that way I know I'm going to get a lot of engagement from people that are already trying the product, people from my customers, people from our team, and people from the wider LifeVantage family. They'll all comment on that, and that would make a great post. But it doesn't mention the word Protandim, doesn't mention the word LifeVantage, doesn't mention the word biohacking. So I don't even really use the word little yellow pill on my profile anymore, because that has connotations linked back to Protandim, and if you search little yellow pill on Google, it will come up with LifeVantage, Protandim, and all the gumph, the stuff that's not true. So what we want to do is we really want to add value. So the best bet would be to mostly share your life. If you've got a dog, share pictures of your dog. If you've got a child, share pictures of your child. Obviously, you can do this within reason. Some parents don't like sharing pictures of their children. That was a bad example. I'm so sorry. But basically, like for me, I've come up with 3 or 4 pillars that sum up who I am. And for me, those pillars are steel pans, cats, if you didn't know, and the last one would be health, like general health and wellness, because that's loosely attached to what we do for a business. So I've got 3 main pillars of which you see me post about, and the 4th one may be inspirational words. And you don't see me posting outside of those 4 things. I'll honestly go and have a look, and if you can find something recently in the last few years that does go outside of those 3 or 4 things, let me know, because I'm pretty much bulletproof that hasn't happened. And this enables people to know me. They might not know me physically, but they do know me, if you understand what I mean. They feel like they are attached to me, the world that I've created on social media. Every day they tune in. And lastly, once you have all these people hooked, I would say we need to start sharing the plan. The sharing the plan is something, what I mean by that is what we've been talking about in the last few weeks, which is inviting people to look at information, inviting people to look at, go to events, and inviting people to look at overviews. So with that all in mind, how do we make a post? This is like a nuts and bolts. We're not going to stop long on this because some of you do know how to make posts, but just in case anybody forgets this stuff or is wondering, I can post all these slides to the LifeVantage Revolution group that we have afterwards. Now, making posts, you can post photos, you can post videos, you can post a GIF, you can check in at a place, you can go live, you can add a background color with some text, you can do all sorts of stuff. All you need to do is hit the part which says what's on your mind, and it opens up on the mobile. It opens up this big list of things. It does the same on the computer because I just checked it out. Oh, there we go. So it does exactly the same on the computer as what it does on the phone. So there you go. You can be creative here, guys. You can, I always vary it up. One time I'll post a photo with some words, maybe a post that I've kept from someone else and just added my photo to it. I did a live video today. Tomorrow I probably won't do a live video again. Tomorrow I'll probably do a wordy post with a nice color background. So Zan's gotten really good at posting GIFs and putting some funny words with it, and some of them are quite humorous. So you can really be creative with this. But videos, particularly live videos, are by far the best. I mean, Fraser Brooks, who's somebody that I follow, and he goes as far as saying, if you're not doing live videos, then you're not growing your business. So Facebook is slowly moving over to story content. Now, stories are not posts that appear in your newsfeed. Stories are in a separate section. They're at the top of your when you hit the home page, you've got these little boxes with people's faces in it. Now, if you click on one of those, it will take you to their story. But in terms of creating a story, stories are more interactive, they're more engaging. You can post pictures, words, video clips, boomerangs, all sorts of things. So I'm going to give you a little example here. It may look confusing to start with, but creating stories allows you to show your fun side. I need to move something off my screen quick. I can't move it. Okay, so on the left, you'll see the first box. All I did was click on create new story. It gives you a text option, a selfie option, a boomerang option, and there's a few more options over there if you were to slide it. It gives you access to your photo gallery and also allows you to choose multiple photos if you want to create like a collage. Now, I picked a photo of me and Martin, which is the middle slide, and this is the story creator window. Now, you may notice on the top left, you've got, it's like a little box folded up at one corner. Is that a smiley face in it? Could well be a smiley face on the box, or it could be a dice or something. But anyway, when I click on that very top thing on the right-hand corner, it opens up this window, which is what you see on the right. Now here you can add a location, you can add the time, you can add the temperature, you can add a song, you can add an event, you can tag someone, you can say how you're feeling, you can add a fundraiser, do a poll, you can ask a question, you can add another photo over the top, and you see these little love heart, the fire, and the laughing face. Those are interactive stickers. So if you touch that, it will place it on your picture. You can place it, resize it, twist it, do what you want with it. If anyone wants a demo on how to do stories, I can do that. No problem. I may create a video and put it into the group. Okay. So on the next slide, this is the last slide for today, I think. Pretty sure this is the last one. In order to really get visible, as you can see, I'm prepared to take the mickey out of myself in order to get the message across about how important this is. Facebook actually rewards content creators, and they reward them in different ways. So like, I'm a very junior content creator. I've been doing it for a little while. I've got a few videos out there. I've had a few successful videos and a few that didn't go too great. But then there are people out there like Ray Higdon, who's just been invited to take part in the Facebook Stars program, where people can actually donate stars to you, which work out as cash. So I can see where they're going with this. They're leading towards actual content creators being rewarded by their following. So people can send you stars, and that equates to money, and you can take the money out, or you can just spend it back on Facebook. So going live is best way to beat the algorithm. It keeps your post in the news, in people's news feeds for longer. You have the option to add it to your story as well. I tried something new today. I didn't add the video to my story because I find long live videos, when I'm trying to look at people's stories, do my head in. So what I did, I shared it from my post instead to the story, and it came in as a post. So if anyone wants to go and leave my story to watch the video, they can. All right, so it's a great opportunity for you to gain influence among your friends. I say that because you can tailor your live videos to be about anything. I didn't once mention Protandim, LifeVantage, NRF2, NRF1, NAD. I didn't mention any of it today when I was talking about 5G. Well, what we do with LifeVantage is very, very important in terms of the rollout of 5G, because we do protect against oxidative stress, and we do help the body to repair damaged mitochondria. We help the body's mitochondria from dying off. So with that in mind, we do have some amazing hacks, but I wasn't there to promote the business as such. I was there to add value. And as a side note, it was attached to and related to my business. Now, it can be extremely scary to go on live. A great way to start is to share your story. So I think John did this a while back, and he shared a couple of live videos, little snippets of his story, his journey to finding biohacking and what it's done for his body since then. It can be really scary. I've seen like fully grown men buckle up over doing Facebook lives. But if you want to separate yourself from the crowd and you want to like stake your claim on LifeVantage, whether it be in the US or in the UK or anywhere else in the world, then live videos really are the way to grow your business online. So simple suggestions would be to keep it really short. 5 to 15 minutes is a really good length. To plan what you're going to say in advance. And a little thing that I do is I keep information in groups of 3. So I'll do, today's one was, is 5G coming to a town near you? Catchy title. And then it says, here are 3 reasons why you should be concerned and 3 things you can do to stay safe. And that title's done quite well. I mean, so far the video, I think if I check back on it last, it's been seen 160 odd times. I've had a few leads from it. People have been coming into my inbox asking me more questions, which is exactly what I wanted to get from it. So guys, I'm going to switch off the recording any moment and get you all back open, and we see if we have any questions at all.